Hello and welcome to Uptown Tonight, the FM Area's weekly podcast where we believe a rising tide does raise all ships, and we try doing that by basically featuring the FM Area's entertainers. I am your host, Mr. Wayne Stollenfacher, or Discount Tom Cruise. I actually had a 7th grader say that I look like Tom Cruise again this week. I still don't understand that reference. Or Tom Brady have been called, Steve Jobs, all that fun stuff. But you can call me whatever you want. We're here with Cito is back in his throne. Oh, yes, there we go.
Sporting the Vikings.
Yes, the Vikings need to be supported this year. They're doing awesome. I think it's a new coach. Yeah. I'm just going with the new coach thing. And the one, the only, Brandi Dorval will be our special guest for the evening. Yes.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah. So, but first, I got to talk about me because I'm pretty boring. It is October 12th of 2022. It was kind of a brisk day today. So I took the dog for a walk. He really loved it, and he actually got a bath. So it's been a couple of weeks. He was smelling like puppy instead of like ZB. So, well, that's how it happened. So let's get into some of our little pictures from the weekend.
Oh, that little mouse she's all over.
Yeah, the new mouse is really cooking.
You wanted the slides?
Yes. Weekend fun.
Oh, my bad.
That's all good. Oh, yes, that's right. We got Uptown merch. So if you can find us on stage, or we're going to be in Grand Forks here in a couple weeks, you can get some Uptown merch from us. We do have all sizes from small to extra large. So definitely come and grab one of those.
Yeah, or just send a message and I'll meet you at the KFC parking lot.
Exactly.
We'll look really shady.
Keep us on the road. And then there's ZB's. Always got to show the old ZB's. That's a little over a year ago. That couch doesn't look the same at all anymore, and I got a new one, thank God, after he destroyed it. But it doesn't look like that anymore, does he, Brandi?
No.
He meets everybody at the door. And then there's Cito with Junior. Junior's always sporting our Uptown merch right there. So he did really well last week. He got 2 shirts sold right off the stage. Probably could add a couple more.
Junior.
But there's Junior and the Cito.
All right.
And then there was us at the windbreak. So nice little stage shot of the windbreak. Butter got there by the end of the set, or the end of the 3rd set. So it was really nice having Butter around again. Love that guy. And then we had MSU, Moorhead High's last parade for the year. So we're doing the Concordia parade. There's all my bass drummers hanging out right beforehand, so I had to do that. We just started up the winter drumline season. Yesterday was our first actual day after tryouts and everything else. We got 19 kids in there. That's why I'm sporting the Moorhead High shirt today. But, man, it's going to be an exciting season. Inaugural in winter drumline season. Everyone's all excited about it. Smart kids. So that's my weekend for you. But enough about me. Let's get to Brandi. How you doing?
I'm well. It's been you've been asking me for 2 years to be on this, so I'm excited.
Exactly. We finally got you on here. We've had Aaron on here a couple of times, but we'll get you back on, Aaron. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. We finally got Brandi on here. But we need to know what Brandi's story is. We haven't heard anything about that. All I know is that you're from the western part of the state, and that's pretty much it.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I'm from Dickinson originally. We moved here about 20 years ago.
20?
20.
Isn't that weird when you start talking in decades? You're just like, what?
Right.
How did that happen?
Right.
I feel like last week. Okay.
Yeah, my nephews are graduating, and one of them's taller than me. I'm not okay with this anymore. Okay. But yeah.
No kidding.
So growing up, always were kind of more band choir kids. I tried sports, was not very good at it. So played clarinet growing up in high school, did choir, all that kind of stuff. And then
so you started off playing clarinet?
I played clarinet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How'd they talk you into that? Did you have siblings playing that, or?
No, I'm the oldest.
Leading the pack.
I wanted to play drums, and my mom wanted me to play clarinet. So
what?
I played clarinet.
Drums to clarinet. No, I wanted to play saxophone. They made me play drums, so that's how it kind of worked. Yeah, exactly. Woodwind section.
But always had music around. My grandpa was self-taught. He was in a polka band. He played drums and accordion.
Nice.
So we spent a lot of time. He didn't know how to read music at all. So we spent a lot of time translating accordion to clarinet so we could play together.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Well, would accordion just be in C? I would assume that.
I don't know.
Clarinet's B flat, so yeah.
And
transfer
yeah,
everything.
neither one of us knew, so we just sat down.
Just made it
and
work.
like I would find it on the he would play, and then I find it on the clarinet. We just continue. Like I would chart everything out, so I knew what to play, and then we would play Christmas music and polkas. It was.
If anyone out there knows what key accordion is, put it in the comments down below. I'd really like to know this.
All I know is they're heavy. Accordions are so heavy.
Oh yeah, I suppose you probably had like the big, what they call like the 128 key or whatever they call those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my only family member that I know that was musical other than myself. Well, I guess my two cousins, they started off as clarinet majors at Concordia, and then they switched over to something else. But was an accordion player too. I guess he just did his own polka band. The only time I ever saw him was at my grandparents' 40th anniversary. He was just over there just playing polkas the entire time, and I didn't think anything. I was like 8. Just because he's stealing the wine, you know, things that you do.
You do.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're hanging out with your grandpa, playing some accordion and clarinet, and
then I graduated and stopped playing for a couple of years. It's just everything. I lent my clarinet to my sister. Unfortunately, kind of got back a little destroyed. She was not the musician in the family.
Oh.
She was a scientist. It's okay. Then I met Aaron. He bought me a guitar. I absolutely hated it. I hated it.
He was trying to connect.
It hurt my fingers. I tried so hard. And he was filling in for a band in Dickinson on bass. And he had it laying on the bed, and he went to go do something. I picked it up, and it just made sense.
The bass just made sense.
The bass made sense.
See, does the bass just make sense?
Yes, it does.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go with that.
And then I've been playing ever since. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's all it took to get you started, was just a random bass sitting there right in front of you?
Yeah.
Just gotta go.
Like, it's kind of fun. And then...
Well, cool. Was Aaron giving you, like, lessons on it or something? Or
we tried. I'm better learning by myself.
Gotcha. Yep, I left my kids alone, too. So.
We tried. There was a couple of arguments, so then, I went to go learn off a tab, and then he would teach me some theory, and now, like, looking back, trying to learn, like, 60 songs at a time when I'm filling in, I'm like, oh, theory would have been a good idea. So now going back and learning the theory part of it, I'm like, okay, you were right. Should have listened to you. You were right.
Everything just makes more sense then, yep.
It's right when you know your
1,
theory.
3, 2, 5, yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So what were the first things you started learning while you were playing bass?
So crazy part. I got a bass. We moved to Fargo. Some of my
just instantly is like bass Fargo.
Right. Well, yeah. We got married a couple months later. Moved to Fargo. So it was a very, very quick progression.
But why did you come to the east side then?
Because we didn't want to be in Dickinson anymore.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah. We wanted a bigger city. We couldn't. Denver and Minneapolis were just too big, because I always lived in Dickinson my whole life. So big cities were kind of scary. Fargo was kind of in the middle, and it was going to be like we were going to live here for a while and figure out where we wanted to go. I was lucky enough, or I've been lucky enough to be in the call center world, I guess. So in my positions, I've been able to travel the world. So we just kind of kept Fargo as our home base. We never left. So
they just kind of had, I don't want to say default, but just, okay. So you just didn't feel the need to move on.
Fargo's got everything you need. Other than the cold weather, Fargo's a good spot to live.
And the snow, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's great. So, like, when you started learning, what did you actually start learning, though?
So when I moved to Fargo, I answered a random ad on probably Craigslist at that time about a...
That's what you do,
yeah. And, actually, it was with John Ryan. So the guitar player, Gene Delmer, it was an old prog band that he had. So I started learning as my first band prog.
Yes,
which was
as we all should be doing.
Right. We never ever played any shows. I did have a lot of hand cramps playing Hotel California. Some of those stretches got a little insane. But did that for a little bit. Then was offered to fill in for a band actually back in Dickinson. So for like 2 years, I drove from Fargo to Dickinson every weekend.
That is dedication right there. Wow.
I don't know. Looking back now, especially after like the pandemic stuff happened, and now I'm like home and in bed by like 10 o'clock every night. I don't know how I did it, because I would leave Thursday after work, play Friday, Saturday, Sunday after the show, drive back, and then work on Monday. I don't know how I did it.
But what age were you at that point?
I was in my 20s.
Yeah, see, there it is. There it is. I keep looking back at all the crazy crap that I used to do. I was like, how did I even pull that off? I have no idea.
Right.
Now it's like, yeah, energy drink, and you're still like, oh.
Absolutely.
Is this going to happen today? Yes, it's going to happen. That's crazy. Back to Dickinson. What kind of music were they playing?
It was just a variety band.
Don't say polkas. Yeah.
No, it was a variety band. We were a little heavier on the countryside, but it was a little bit of everything.
Okay.
We were a lot of fun. We didn't practice a whole lot because we were dispersed through the North Dakota area, but we played at the IDK, or the I Don't Know bar every Sunday night. So we were the house band. It was a lot of fun.
There you go. Learned a lot then.
Learned a lot. Yes. Absolutely.
Now what happened past that?
I came back. It was only a couple of months before Sammy CJ got together.
Okay.
We were all in a different band. Stuff didn't work out. We were picking up a show that we had previously booked, and we turned that band around really quickly. It was one of those called tests that, hey, you want to be our drummer? I called Josue, and joined up, and I think we within 2 weeks played our first show together.
Nice.
And then did that for a good 8 years before it was just time for me to step away. During that time, especially the last couple of years, I was traveling about half the time. So the deal I had with work is I had to be home show weekends. So I would fly out Monday, come back Friday morning from like Guatemala or like Fort Wayne, Indiana, play a show, and then fly back out. So it got to be a little much.
Is there such a thing as jet lag?
Absolutely. There was one weekend I actually got in. I flew in a Thursday, got in like early Friday morning, got in a car and drove to Bowman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
On the Montana even.
Right. So and it got a little bit too much. So then I took some time off. Then was in Madman's Illusion. Then filled in with Delmer, was with them, or I'm with them for full time, and now we have CJ back up and running with a new lineup and a new set list. So
I saw that. When did Save Me CJ start up again? So I was scrolling through some of your photos. It's like 2015, which doesn't seem that long ago. That's 7 years.
Yeah, I think it was 14.
14?
Yeah, I think it was 14 when we started. Yeah.
So yeah, I know it's just weird because I don't know, I just think like the 2010, it's like, oh yeah, I was like yesterday.
Right.
And then you realize that, oh, yeah, most of the students that at least I'm involved with are born, God, what would it be? 2008,
right.
2007, you're just like, whoa, okay. Puts everything into perspective there. So, okay, so you did Ditch and Delmer for a little while. Are you doing anything with Ditch and Delmer anymore?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm doing both for right now.
There you go, double decking. So what kind of music do y'all play?
So Delmer's a variety band.
Okay.
So we're a little bit heavier into like the 2000s pop. So Green Day, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Save Me CJ is really focused on 2000 on, so 2000 to current. Still pop punk. I'm a pop punk princess. So everything we're doing has some type of like pop punk. Everything has to be like a top 20 hit. We all have to agree upon it. So it's not one of those like, I don't want to play that song. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of stuff that you don't hear a lot of bands playing. Because we're going to try it, so we're going to take like a Kelly Clarkson and turn it into a pop song or like pop punk song and, stuff like that. Just having fun. We've all of us have been in a lot of bands. So it's just like, hey, what do you want to do? So I think we have, Against Me to, Kelly Clarkson. It's a pretty wide set list. We have some heavier stuff on there. Just to have fun.
Gotcha. You do any vocals then, or?
I do. I sang in high school and then stopped for some reason. I'm gonna plug Smoking's Bad, kids. It destroys your voice.
What?
So I haven't smoked for a long time, but I've been working with Jessica Vines when she was here, and then we still have lessons now that she's back in California. Finally have my upper range back, It's taken quite a few years, but it's back. So I'm going to be doing some more singing, more vocals.
Upper range back. Okay, now you got to explain to me the biology that's going on here. What?
So
what
I
actually happened?
in high school I was the first soprano.
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
And then I don't know what the science is, but smoking's bad. It dropped my voice, as you can tell as I'm talking, quite a bit. And then with Delmer, I was helping with lower parts. So I've expanded my lower range quite a bit.
Okay.
But then I don't have that top back yet.
So how do you get that back then?
Just push a little bit more every week, every month. Some days it's better than others. My lower range is definitely like more, or is stronger than my upper range.
So it's just exercising the muscle of it, but then do you have exercises that you do for that, or is it just you just constantly singing? Does that help it out?
It does,
or?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to sing higher, because it's like a switch in your brain. Learning the correct technique also helps.
Technique.
Right.
Overrated.
Right. I learned while going through vocal lessons. I also had quite a few other vocalists in town. Learning that I've been singing wrong for most of my life. So changing that up has helped with tone and being able to like push further into my head voice, which I never really learned how to do. So
interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
it's been a crazy experience.
I call it my real voice.
Your
My
real voice?
real voice, yes. Because I know that males have the head voice thing, but females, you never hear too much about that.
I mean,
but
it's still there, right?
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, I don't think it's really talked about, but yeah, when you have to go back into like the higher range, it's something that I've thought of that helps me, of like going into pushing in
If
that.
it works,
Yeah.
it works. Yeah, it's music, so. And everyone's individualized, so it's really tough to pinpoint exactly how things are supposed to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So no, interesting. So you take lessons bi-weekly, every once in a while, just for fun.
Every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
Oh, disciplined even. Nice.
It's been spotty lately because of work, but yeah, I try to do every week.
Work. Who needs
Yeah.
money?
Right. Silly jobs.
No kidding. Get in the way of the music. They always do. Well, that's great. So let's go back to the bass playing stuff. So what made you want to actually pick the thing up in the first place? That's my real question. Other than just sitting there, and yeah, it's a bass. I understand the appeal, but
I was just trying to figure out how it was different than guitar.
okay.
And then like I picked it up, and then I didn't have to chord, and it made sense.
I don't need to use these.
Right? I'm like, not all of my fingers are only one. I don't know. It was just one of those things that I picked up and it made sense, and I kept going with it.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of stuff, like I've tried to learn piano, I tried to learn drums. It's just like, it's something that I haven't gone back to.
That's fine. You don't want to be a drummer. I say, my next lifetime, I'm playing piccolo. Yes. Oh my gosh. So much gear, so much junk to drag around. Oh, so let's just get into when you started actually playing like the cover band stuff, other than you talk about the prog thing, which I couldn't even imagine. If you're just walking in, I can't say that you're green. You probably understood a little bit of what the music was going on.
Green.
Yeah.
I didn't even know half the bands when I walked in. I was like, what is this? And like, I knew who Dream Theater was, and like some of that stuff.
So they were just playing you tunes, and then you just had to go home and try to figure out what's going on?
Right, like Angra and that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of that stuff that I still listen to today. It was very pivotal
stuff, yeah.
Pivotal part of my life, but like I was like, that's a lot of notes, and I don't even know how to pick out anything from that. It was just like a flurry of notes. So John was very patient with me. We sat down a lot of times to be like, okay, this is how you translate this. This is where you need to be. Because going from a clarinet, going from, changing from treble to bass reading, and then trying to figure out,
yes.
and then trying to figure out prog. It was a challenge. It was frustrating for a while.
So did you have the internet at that point? Because to me, it'd be like the younger side of the internet.
It was about 2008.
Okay.
So there was
so
tab.
There's some things, yeah.
There was tab. A lot of it was wrong, but there was
What?
tab. There was tab out there.
The internet always gives you
Right?
the truth. What are you talking
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, no, it was a lot of sitting and translating, which later on is very helpful, right?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a lot of work, especially
Right.
right away. Just
Right.
that you stuck with it. That just says something to just your person as well. So
I'm very stubborn. When I get onto something and fixate it and on it, like I'll figure it out. It might not be all of it. I'll get the gist of it. Aaron helped me quite a bit with some of the transposing too, because I'm like, I don't know what's going on there, or what, key this is in to figure it out.
well,
So
that
he
the
was
time
very
signatures,
helpful.
I'm sure, were real fun too.
Right?
Other than counting, what's that?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, what? Yeah. No, it was fun. I'm glad I did it. At the time, I was like I said, it was very frustrating, but it helped me, in my career, be able to learn songs a lot faster.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Because I mean,
To
I've
be
filled
like,
in.
oh, that's all it is.
Yeah. So people, I think it's funny. Like my non-musician friends, I'll be like, oh no, I'm filling for a band. And I'm like, okay, sweet. What are you gonna do today? I'm like, learn 12 songs. And like, what do you mean 12 songs? So learn 12 songs. It's cool. They're like, what? I'm like, I have 60 to learn by like 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, they're probably not gonna be perfect, but I'll have the majority
They're
of
performable, yeah.
right.
Most people aren't going to pick it out.
Right. Oh, you didn't have that bass slide in there. Yeah. So yeah, it was a great experience. I kind of miss it. I might go back and learn some prog now.
Oh, you should. You got Aaron right there. I'm
Right?
sure he'd be
Learn some prog.
more interested in doing that. Yeah. All right. And then they got you right into, well, you started doing that cover band out in Dickinson, which was, I'm sure, compared to what you just did, fairly simple.
Yeah, a little bit.
You
Yeah.
just walked right into there. So you have a lot of preparation for that, or are you just kind of like, oh, okay.
They gave me a set list. There was, I can't remember the year, but where the tornado happened in Dickinson. There was a giant one that took out a lot of the south part of the city.
Okay.
The drummer called me and said, hey, we need you to fill in this weekend. I was like, okay, sweet.
So what day was this?
Probably Tuesday, I think.
You got a couple days.
I had a couple days, yeah. So I got the set list. There was a lot of like chords written on the sheet so I could make it through. Went out there and then just kind of like filled in until the bass player at the time decided to step away, and then
Oh, interesting. Okay.
yeah. Then did that for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
I think I missed that the first time we were talking about. Wow. 2 years of driving back and forth
I
like
mean,
that.
it wasn't every weekend, but yeah, it was a lot of driving back and forth. The guitar player also lived in Fargo, so it was, at least I had, for a while, I had a driving buddy.
So you
back
had
and forth.
audiobooks beyond audiobooks in the car, or how'd you survive that drive?
You're gonna laugh. We listened to the first Lady Gaga album on repeat
Oh my gosh.
for
Poker face.
for almost a year. Yeah, that was our thing. We just screamed that at the top of our lungs all the way down to Dickinson back.
Oh man.
And then a lot of coffee. Drinking a lot of coffee on the way home.
No, coffee's good.
Yeah.
The nectar of the gods.
Yeah.
Used to be Mountain Dew, not anymore. Mountain Dew's no good for you.
No.
Mountain Dew makes you sterile.
That's what they say. I say some other things too, but that was junior high. So you're into gear at all? You're a gearhead about this stuff?
I am not.
Not,
I am
okay.
completely opposite of Aaron. I actually have his old Axe Effects. Trevor Nelson, while he was mixing the Chaos album, made a patch because he wanted to, play around with it, and I like the sound, and I've been using that ever since. I think that was 7 years ago.
Okay.
The only really specialized thing I have is I had a really bad back. As musicians, we don't sleep very well, and we don't eat very well because we're on a different time thing. So
I'm not going to put up with this, but I have to because it's so true.
Right?
It is.
So I had at one point just a lucky eBay purchase. Got an Ibanez bass, but it was all one chunk of maple, and the stupid thing was super heavy. So there was many of nights where between the second and third set I was laying on stage. My back hurt so bad. I got into fitness to help with that. And then Aaron got his Emerald bass, that crazy one that glows in the dark.
Yep.
We found out that they made basses as well. So we ordered first a 4-string, which was custom because he didn't make 4 strings at the time. Loved it. Things I think between 4 and 5 pounds. So big change from what I was used to. Now I have 3 of them. I have 2 5-strings and my 4-string. So that's my they're my babies. I love those things. They're so light. They play really nice. I love those things. That's the only like really gear thing I have. Everything else, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that sounds good. We're good.
What was that brand again? That was like out of Sweden or something.
They're into Ireland.
Ireland.
Yep. So it's Emerald.
Emerald
guitar.
Emerald guitar.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll have to find them online again. Yeah. I remember Aaron talking. He talked them up so much. The way, at least the way it sounds like, just how they got so personal with you about what you need for, your instrument and everything else. It just sounds like a real cool thing to get into. So, no, that's cool. So you got 3 of them, 2 5s and a 4.
Yeah.
What are you running through then? What kind of amp? Or are you just one of those DI people?
Axifex. So
just the Axifex?
Just the Axifex. Yeah. I can carry my whole rig in with 1 trip.
Yeah. Cedar doesn't know what that's like either.
Oh, I do. I told you about my old setup I used to have. The big half stacks and, but now I just have my tiny little amp and a DI.
And it sounds great.
Yeah. Right?
It does exactly what it needs to do.
Yeah, everybody's like, where's your bass amp? I'm like, that little box on the stage.
Yeah. Exactly.
I have dropped a 410 cab on my foot way too many times. I think the last time I was like, if no one's going to help me move this on stage, I'm just not bringing it with. And then I've been DI ever since.
There you go. You guys use in-ears then, or are you still in wedges? Yep, that's what I figured here with Aaron, why I even asked that question. That was just a dumb question on my part.
Yeah, I've actually been doing that since the band was John. That's how we used to practice, was with in-ears. So
in-ears, then you had a little hub thing in the middle there. And,
yeah.
Yep, I remember those from back in the day.
I don't know any different. I guess with the band in Dickinson, we did use a wedge, hence some of the ringing in my ears, but I never really wanted to go back. Like, if I could have figured out a way to not use a wedge in that band, I would have, but we just didn't have the technology back then.
Well, that's most places. I remember when I was growing up, it was just me between 2 Marshall stacks, and that's how it just went. Yeah. And the only way you could hear it is you had to put the stacks behind you. That was the trick, because they always wanted to put it way up in front to show off their gear. And then I could never hear anything, so I called the back cave. We just saw hear all the backsplash, whatever's coming back at you. But yeah, so that's why I got ringing in my ears constantly. So that's how it is. But let's get to this question. Some of your favorite shows that you ever played, but first we got to get to the weekly report here. So some of the favorite shows that you've ever played at. So first let's get to Cito. Go! Happy to have you back, man. Let's get to the weekly report here.
All right. Hello, everyone. We got the Uptown report here at the O in Minot. We have Slamabama on Friday and Saturday. The Laughing Sun Brewery in Bismarck, Mandan. We have Sunday and Mr. Gross.
Gossel?
Gossel?
Something like that.
Sunday and Mr. Gossel. Wild Hands on Friday night. That's going to be at the Laughing Sun. And then Rip Within, Wildly Appropriate on Saturday. And then Bizman, Little Big Man on Monday. Dominique and Carly are playing on Tuesday. It looks like you got a lot of music out there now, don't they?
Ton of music at the Laughing Sun, her favorite brewery out in Mandan.
Yeah, it looks good. So at JoJo Records in Grand Forks, we have the callers. Oh, I need glasses really bad. I can't see the little monitor up here. Luke Fields and Heavy Lodge, Shumstick, and Fennis Floral, and Destiny. What is that? Destiny? On Saturday. So that's happening out there in Grand Forks. Looks like it's going to be a good time.
See, they're competing for the coolest names, as in like the aquarium. Aquarium usually tries to have the coolest name.
Right?
The Heavy Lodge. Downtown at Dempsey's, we have the open mic happening tonight with Gina Powers. And then on Friday, Boogie Nights will be out there. And I'll be happening to do sound on Friday night out there.
Yeah, go out and say hi to Cito.
Yeah, come out there and request something weird that I can't control. So, Aquarium, we have the God King, and then Yam Lin, Invader
Trin.
Trin and Company, United Artists 13, and Lick Mad on Thursday. So the Electric Tree, Dimension Jumpers, and Phoenix Fire, Serenity, and I don't even know what that is.
Neophonics.
And no, my vision's gotten bad in the last day. I can't even read
Hit
it.
no dog.
Hit no dog. It looks like you got a new monitor. It's kind of small up there, so
Yeah, I know.
we're gonna have to. I'm 45 now, so we're gonna have to enlarge the letters like I did on my phone. I have big numbers now. Although the VFW got Eden Parker over there Friday and Saturday night, so get out there for some piano action. And then Specs, we got Lumina, Jimbo Jones, and Ice Grinder on Saturday. The JC Chumleys, the Johnsons on Saturday. And at Murphy's Pub, there's an acoustic duo going with Brianna Hebley and Dan Brecky. That should be a good one. Downtown at the Front Street Tap Room, we got the Vinyl and Vino going on Thursday. And then open mic night, Travis Muro celebrating his 3 years, I think, soon here.
Oh, nice.
Doing that, so good for him. I gotta give him a clap because it's hard holding an open mic night. I tried it myself. It lasted 2 months, and it was done. Let's see here. We got Patrol Lounge. We got Moving Parts on Thursday. The Bluegrass Jam Tuesday. Fargo Brewing Company, Kissing Company will be out there on Thursday. And then at the Delta 42 Hotel, Kathy Brecky and the 42nd Street Jazz Band rocking their stuff out tonight. So the Downtown Acoustic Corner, Wednesday, we got Nick Klein at Murphy's Pub. Thursday, Nick Klein is at the Midtown Tavern. Crop Dusters rocking out JC Chumleys. And then Friday, we got Mike Morse at Tailgaters and Mr. Rick Adams at the Silver Spike. Saturday, Kyle Colby will be at the Icewind Brewery and Richard Freeman at the Silver Dollar Flying Pig in West Fargo.
There we go.
And let's see here, at the Uptown at the Windbreak, we got on Thursday. Oh, right there, yeah. We did Fool's House on Thursday. Those are those guys from Chicago, I think, that do that all 90s show. You guys like Vanilla Ice and all that stuff you grew up with. I didn't really grow up with that. I was in Metallica, but I know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, I didn't listen to those guys. So Vanilla Ice, you go out there, they check it out. They got the light shows, they got the costumes, so good, be good. Friday, October Road will be out there, and then Saturday, Fool's House will be back. At the Shooting Star Monoman, we have Tristan Tritt. Tristan Tritt? Is it Travis Tritt or Tristan Tritt?
It's Tristan Tritt.
Okay.
I'm guessing
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
The Mustang Lounge is going to happen Friday and Saturday. And at the Southtown Poorhouse in Grand Forks, Fool's House will be doing the rotation out there. And then Drive will be out there Saturday. At the TAC, Michael Hall and the Tennessee Trio on Friday. Dearly departed local favorites are doing their album release party. And that's going to be good. That's going to be with Cold Kingdom, Ashfall, Stovepipes on Saturday. And I think that's it for the Music Corner with me, right?
That is it, yes.
That is it. All right, so thank you, and I give it back to you, Wade.
Awesome. Gosh, great having you back, Cito. Oh, my gosh. We're running all that stuff all summer long, but yeah, now we're getting back into the fall. But now we need to get back to Brandi. What are some of her favorite shows that she's ever played at?
I have to say one of my favorite was Ribfest. That was so
Ribfest?
much
Is that the one that just happened a couple months ago?
Well, for us it happened 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
5 years ago?
It's been a while.
Okay. The video I watched, that was from a couple months ago. But maybe I was smoking something. No.
So Ribfest, Windbreak's always fun. There's been a couple of crazy shows down back when the Pickle Para was still open. I just enjoyed playing. So I can't really pick a one.
You get two.
I get two. So we'll go Ribfest and then the Windbreak. I just enjoy playing the Windbreak.
The Windbreak. All right.
Yeah.
Like a ladies' night or just any night whatsoever?
Yeah, we because of our set list, we haven't played I think we've only done one ladies' night, but usually like Friday, Saturday nights are pretty crazy up there. So.
Oh yeah, that's fun. Just love Butter.
Yeah.
He always gets you dialed in. He always makes my floor tom just explode. So I always wait for that. Yeah, drummer nerdness right there. But no, that's pretty cool. And the Ribfest thing. Let's see. Let's just get to some photos here. Let's get to that. That'll probably help out quite a bit. Cause I got a feeling that there's some photos in there that might correlate with that. But here, yeah, you're fishing, and on the caption side said you're bragging about you had the biggest fish.
I did. The funny thing about this picture, I am terrified of water. So earlier this day, I was sitting in the middle of the boat on like the floor with a life jacket, being okay that I was out on the water. So by the end of the day, I was good. I was the only one catching fish that day. I don't know why. It was just my lucky day. But I do enjoy fishing. I still dislike water, but as long as I can get out to the calm water, I'll put up with, crossing the lake.
Do you remember where this is at?
Skakuya? Skunk Bay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
So you had a show that night, or is it just for fun?
I just like dressing up. I don't think there was anything special other than we were at the parade.
Fine. I was German. I was just like, oh, look at this. Okay, what's going on here?
Yeah. It was just, it's Oktoberfest weekend, and we were out at the pub crawl. So I dressed up.
Oh, there we go. Pub crawl.
Yeah, this is back in Dickinson, just being silly.
Which place was this?
It was the street dance.
Okay.
So the 4th of July street dance, Rough Rider days.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And this is Root Fest.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That with the green strings. Cita's been talking about those for a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm glad those exist. So I have a nickel allergy. So it makes playing guitar really hard. So when I found these, I've been using them ever since because they're coated, so they don't bother my fingers as much as regular strings.
Gotcha. So that's some fluorescence on there. So is it under the black lights and all that?
Yeah, they glow.
In the sun?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. And I'm hoping this is yours. Okay.
I have like 20 of them at this point. So,
I just thought this was really cool. That was a really interesting idea.
Yeah. So I found this online, and then we added to it. So loving music. My grandma and I used to hang out, listen to music, and then she had this weird thing about dandelions and chicken feathers, and I grew up on a farm. So there was a lot of times that we had to go pick dandelions before they like floofed. Or chicken feathers. So this is a call out to my grandma. It's just remembering dandelions.
The dandelions and all the notes are flying.
I know this sounds crazy, but I was thinking like since the dandelion, if you had it on, is that on your back?
It's on it goes from like my
shoulder,
shoulder over.
If you had a dandelion that was alive and it starts to like, I don't know, animation. That's what I was thinking. And at the end, it's flating off. I like that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the circle of life. It's planting the seeds once again.
Huge Deadpool fan. So walking through Target and saw that and I had to buy it. So there's quite a few pictures of me wearing that.
Deadpool 3's coming out this summer.
Yeah. I actually, I don't know if I can, actually have a Gerpool tattoo. So I'm a huge Invader Zim fan.
Yep.
And then when I was working on my sleeve, I was running out of room. So we combined Ger and Deadpool together.
Sweet.
It works.
Yeah.
That's just a picture. It looks like a wedding.
It was actually, this is our guitar player's wedding. Tom Braudemeyer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can see part of that tattoo again.
And this was another wedding. Our friends had a steampunk wedding, so we got
a steampunk wedding.
Yeah,
nice.
Whole steampunk wedding. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's cool.
So Aaron was fully like dressed up as well.
Where was this at?
Right outside Fargo.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly the city, but it was like within half an hour.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And this is the new Save Me CJ lineup.
There we go. Some good photos. Who took these photos for you?
Chow.
Chow?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, Chow. I got to get you on the podcast. I think of you, and then don't forget about you. I start going through my list, and then I just never get to you. But I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Yeah, he did our first, not our first band photos, but the second rendition when we were a 4-piece. Got some really cool shots. So when we needed pictures, we just called them up again and had them spend a couple hours with us. And this is downtown Fargo. The other one that I think you have on the shot is actually the tap room. So Front Street, upstairs.
In the Front Street.
Yeah.
Yes, very becoming. Yes, very good.
That's a good shot of all your cats on
your arm. Yeah. just some of them. They're missing the other arm and all of my legs.
Just pure class.
Yeah. I can't wait to finish. As you notice, there's no tattoos on this one. This was a few years ago, but
Oh, when did you start the tattoo collection then?
I started in 2008, but I started on my legs. I've always wanted a sleeve, and then when we were playing all the time, I had the extra money to go get tattoos, and then the pandemic hit, and I decided to buy a sports car for some reason. I had my midlife crisis a little early in life.
I like your car. I actually, is this your car? And you're like, yep. And I'm like, nice.
I have a funny story about that. I actually went out to get a Mustang. My dad was a Ford mechanic.
Good.
I've wanted a Mustang since I was 10 years old.
And as you should,
Right.
yes.
Went to go test drive the 2019s, and they were the most uncomfortable thing I could ever sit in.
Well, you're in the wrong era
Right.
whatsoever.
Right, and that's my fault.
Unlike
So,
the 60s era, they just fit right to
Right,
you. Yeah.
right.
Everything's exactly where it should be.
so then Aaron did some research because I was just done. I was like, fine, I don't need a car. I don't really care. And then we ended up at Corwin one day, and I drove a Challenger and fell in love with it. So now
Well, Dodge is a good second place, yeah.
yeah. So now I have a car with the license plate that says Moose because, of course, everybody asked me. It's because of Invader Zim. He had a mini moose, so a little battle moose. So it's my little battle moose.
Ah, gotcha.
Everybody's
Gotcha.
like, why?
So you have that parked outside then?
That's in the driveway.
Well, I gotta go out and check it
I
out
mean,
then.
she needs a bath, but
Still, I'm an old gearhead. I should get more back into it. I'm kind of neglecting my little guy outside, but that's me. No, that's awesome. That is awesome. So you ready for a little juvenile destruction then?
absolutely.
Of course, this is a little recycled juvenile destruction. You saw I was in the driveway. Finally, I'll show you what happened while we're leaving here. But yeah, we're almost got cleaned up. So here we go. This week's Off the Roof.
Off the roof.
Recycled version. I don't even know what these are because I just grab them randomly. Something happened. It's just small. What is that thing? It was ceramic. Oh, turkey.
That was perfect aim too. You're hired.
Hopefully the next few weeks we'll get some fresh ones made here. So I should have that driveway cleared off here by the end of this week.
But to find a
That's-
big, large pumpkin, like a big one,
A
like
big pumpkin.
2 people up there to heave it on.
Oh, okay. Cito's got his request in. We'll have to try to make that one happen.
I'll go to Costco and I'll get a big pumpkin. So.
There we go. Juvenile, I don't know why I like destruction so much, but I was watching Demolition Ranch right before you guys came in. You ever seen that
No.
on YouTube? No, it's just some redneck guy, and well, he's really upkept sort of redneck in Texas, and what he does is he has like a whole bunch of weapons, and then they see if they can what they can destroy with them.
Nice.
So yeah, it's exactly what you think it is.
I'll have to check
But
that
it's
out.
filmed really well, so it's pretty interesting. You got anything left for the good of the order here, Brandi? It was great having you on.
Absolutely. I'm at the M&J next weekend, the 22nd, so come check me out with Delmer.
M&J, there you go.
M&J's. I love that bar. I spend so much time in that bar. I love that bar. So there, and then just keep an eye out for Save Me CJ dates. We're going to be booking out 2023 here coming up.
There we go. Save Me CJ, and check next week at the M&J. And you can find us at uptownbandfargo.com, or you can email us at uptowntonightpodcast@gmail, and all that other fun stuff. We got a whole bunch of things you can click on right below in the comments and all the other fun stuff. So basically, that's all we got for you this week. So again, thank you. Thank you once again. And we're on all the ticky-tacks and all that other fun stuff as well. So you can find us all there again. And Uptown Band Fargo or Uptown Tonight Podcast. Either way. So remember, if your drummer's got more charisma than your front man, your band may be in trouble. But that's why my band's doing just fine. So until next time.
It's just a little baby turtle. Look at him go.